Number 15. Dog versus porcupine. This dog is all over this porcupine, but the dog's torso and face are completely covered in quills. The rescuers who arrived to put an end to the over an hour-long fight ended the porcupine's misery by shooting it, as seen in this video. The dog was taken to a pet emergency clinic and is now recovering. I'm guessing the porcupine was in poor health, because it would have been only fair to take him to the vet as well. These dogs are trying to grab this porcupine. There are two things wrong with this video. The first is the dog's handler allowing the dogs to hunt an innocent porcupine. What's worse is the dogs will end up with quills stuck all over their bodies, and besides being painful, they're not easy to remove. I guess some people are just plain dumb and clueless. When it comes to porcupines, dogs are more vicious than lions and leopards. When these two dogs stick their heads inside a porcupine's den and pull it out, they don't hesitate for a second. They don't seem to care whether they have quills or not, and simply snatch the porcupine out of there. Number 14. Rams fighting. In this clip, a sheep and what looks like a billy goat are bashing heads. I do not know how these animals do not get headaches after banging heads so many times. Nonetheless, I think they should keep a bottle of Tylenol handy just in case. This tag team fight between these rams sees one of the pugilists knocked to the ground, and it has all the trouble in the world getting back up. It must have been knocked solid for it to remain on the ground this long. This billy goat and this ram are going at it to determine who is the boss. Everyone wants to be the boss, but only the last one standing gets to call himself boss. Apparently, this fight was sold out on pay-per-view, as many goats watched the big fight. The two animals are still going at it, charging into one another, and the crowd is watching attentively. Number 13. Marten versus monkey. In this video, the marten's hunting behavior is plainly visible. Due to his injuries, the monkey was unable to climb the tree or move correctly. He had no choice but to protect himself in any manner he could. Even though martens aren't much bigger than langurs, this marten was making it very difficult for the langur to escape, demonstrating its skill and challenging the monkey at every turn. These guys have spent years working in woods and have been fortunate to witness many of nature's events, but none have equaled the brutality of what they saw at Jim Corbett National Park. Two yellow-throated martens were eating on the macaque when they came upon them. The macaque was immobile and lifeless. The martens were feasting on his limbs, while the other macaques were causing havoc in the forest by frightening everyone. After a few minutes, the macaque, like a phoenix, rose to his feet, gathering all his power to put up one last battle. The martens took turns hitting the macaque's limbs to paralyze him and render him defenseless. The macaque grew tired and lay low, while the two took turns eating him alive. The combat went on. The macaque's unwavering fight for survival and the marten's clinical accuracy rendered the people watching dumbfounded for the remainder of the evening, and this encounter will live on in their minds forever. The yellow-throated marten attacks a langur in this video, which shows the langur attempting to flee the martens after their vicious attack. Unfortunately, due to his injuries, the langur is only able to walk a few meters away. He sits in the same spot for quite some time. Number 12. King Cobra versus Python. A python is wrapped around a king cobra and it's squeezing hard. The cobra looks stuck, and from the looks of it, it's going to need a miracle to free itself. Its head looks like it's going to explode. Another king cobra finds out what it's like to fight a huge python as the constrictor coils itself around the cobra and eventually kills it. In this battle, it's the king cobra that wins this time, and it swallows the python whole. That's not a small snake to swallow. A python is coiled around a cobra in this video, but the snakes are immobile. The python is probably waiting for the cobra to die while he's trying to suffocate it. Number 11. Cheetah Gemsbok. These two cheetahs are attempting to twist this oryx into falling so they can make the kill simpler, but the oryx stands firm. The cheetahs finally take the animal down and kill it after a few minutes. These two cheetahs capture Gemsbok calf, but they soon discover, like their own mother, that when her young are threatened, the calf's mother becomes enraged. She does everything she can to free her calf from the cheetah's strangling bite, and she is successful. When the mother notices her calf is doing well, she turns her attention back to the cheetahs and chases them away. Two cheetahs snatch an oryx. The animal laments itself as it tries to flee. The cheetahs are holding on, but it's not easy. A third cheetah appears and assists the first two. This is a tough beast. Another oryx approaches in the background, but it is stopped by another cheetah in the coalition. The cheetah eventually puts an end to the oryx's suffering. A cheetah coalition kills a calf, but they are forced to abandon the hunt after being chased away by a few adults. The cheetahs plotted the assault, but neglected to arrange their escape. Another heist gone awry. Number 10. Dog versus snake. Dogs are quite agile when they are confronted with snakes, and I have seen many dogs easily kill snakes. In our thumbnail, you can see this dog attack a huge snake without holding back. These two dogs are fighting over a snake as one of the dogs pulls it out of the grass and the other dog pulls it back in. The snake is still alive and still has the strength to lunge at the dogs, but the dogs mangle the reptile pretty badly. I must say, this is one tough snake. These three dogs corner a snake and the Rottweiler tries to bite it, but the snake is vicious and stands its ground. The snake keeps lunging at the Rottweiler, which is the most aggressive of the three dogs, but the dog still manages to grab the snake and throw it in the air. This snake is a little more aggressive as it lunges at this dog to try and strike it, but as soon as the dog can bite the snake and mangle it, the snake is finished. These five dogs surround and attack a king cobra. The dogs grab on the cobra and pull it in their own direction, putting a lot of stress on the snake's body. With all the pulling and biting, the dogs eventually kill the snake. These two black dogs find a snake and attack it. The snake tries to strike, but the dogs are too quick. One of the dogs pulls on the snake's tail while the other keeps barking at it. The snake is still alive, but you can see holes in the snake's body caused by the bites from the dogs. Number 9. Yak fighting. These two yaks fight on the side of a mountain, and they are evenly matched until one of the yaks overpowers the other and pushes him down the hill. I don't know where these yaks buy their dresses, but they are the coolest aquarements I have ever seen. They wear them even during battle, and what a battle it is. These two are grunting and groaning and charging, and it doesn't stop. Anything to impress the ladies. During the remainder of the year, many bulls wander in tiny bachelor groups away from the larger herds. But when the rut approaches, they grow aggressive and battle amongst themselves to keep dominance. Keep an eye on these two yaks as they compete. I assure you, I wouldn't want to be in the center of this brawl. Massive, powerful beasts with vicious horns and muscular frames. They don't stop for a single second, and the intensity is mind-boggling. Two more strong yaks go at it, but this confrontation is more of a pushing match. There isn't much charging going on in this one. Number 8. Dog versus lion. This enraged dog has the lioness pinned down, and the big cat has been completely subdued by the dog. I've never seen anything like this before and can't believe my eyes, but it's true. I guess this dog has infiltrated this cat's mind, and the cat is afraid of him for some reason. This mountain lion has strayed onto a property, and the local dogs are not happy. They surround the cat and bark at it as the feline slowly gets the message and begins to walk away. But the dogs pursue the cat and challenge it. Look at how this small stray dog takes it to this lion. It scares the lion away as it charges it, even though everyone knows the lion can kill the dog with one strike of its paw. Size doesn't always matter. Everything takes place in the mind, and it looks like this dog has what it takes up there. Certain dogs are not afraid of lions, as demonstrated by the dog in this video clip. Yes, it's a movie, but this dog isn't going down without a fight. Number 7. Goat versus deer. This goat is having an intense argument with this deer, and the kids watching this are loving it. The deer eventually has enough of the goat complaining and runs off, but the goat follows it everywhere. This deer takes this goat for a ride when they decide to butt heads. The deer's antlers are bigger than the goat's horns, so it is a definite advantage, and that's why the deer chased the goat out of there without a problem. How crazy was this goat to charge into a deer with such massive antlers? This small deer goes head to head with this goat. Surprisingly enough, the skinny little deer seems to have had the upper hand. These two were having fun butting heads, I guess. I mean, why else would they be doing this if it wasn't to have a little fun knocking the other one over? Number 6. Donkey versus hyena. This donkey is taking this hyena for a ride. I had no idea donkeys could be so violent and powerful. Of course, hyenas hunt in groups, which is why they are such good hunters. So this hyena being alone puts it at a disadvantage right away. But I have seen lone hyenas take on all sorts of animals and kill them. The hyena still has a formidable bite and can defend itself, but it almost seems as if it doesn't know what to do against this donkey. Either that, or the hyena has donkey phobia. You'd think a hyena would have the advantage over a donkey, but as this video demonstrates, it's not the case. The donkey is handling this hyena as if it were a domestic cat. I've seen hyenas battle lions more effectively. This donkey and this hyena live and hang out together, so they get along. But that doesn't mean they don't have the occasional scuffle every once in a while, just like in this video. It's mind-boggling how hyenas never hesitate to attack most animals, even a lone lion. But this donkey is standing there in the middle of the night alone with a bunch of hyenas surrounding it. And the hyenas do nothing about it. I honestly can't understand this. Number 5. Raccoon versus opossum. This raccoon wants some food, but the opossum too. The raccoon decides to let the opossum know he's not welcome and accompanies him to the staircase, inviting him to leave, before he goes back to eating his food. This is probably this cat's food, so the raccoon doesn't push the cat around and lets him eat. It's the cat that wants the raccoon to go away. I'm not sure if these two are playing, but the opossum has his mouth wide open just in case the raccoon tries something nasty. Both animals don't seem particularly aggressive. This opossum lets this raccoon know he's not happy regarding the food situation because the raccoon is eating all of it. The opossum is probably telling the raccoon it's not fair that he's not getting any. Number 4. Snake versus eel. These two are entangled in a battle to the death. The eel is fighting like hell, but it seems like the snake is hungry and he's going to make lunch out of the eel. After being attacked by a northern water snake, this slippery eel battles hard and manages to wriggle himself out of this mess and swim back into the water to escape. A fisherman catches a freshwater eel. The northern water snake latches onto the eel and pulls it into its den. It's difficult to tell which of these two is winning, but the snake is definitely wrapped around the eel. It looks like the snake is winning, but is this fight fair for the eel since it's not taking place in the water? Number 3. Orcas versus shark. Orca is chasing down 7 gills in this video. 7 gill sharks can grow to be 9 feet long and weigh 200 pounds, making them a far more substantial meal for an orca than a little ray. The 7 gill shark, on the other hand, is difficult to catch. 7 gills aren't on the orca's menu very often, but it does happen. The orca's hunting technique for the 7 gills is outstanding. They frequently bash the sharks in the back before ripping the shark's pectorals and extracting the liver. When you look at the shark, which is plunging to the ocean's depths, it's evident the orca is a master at hunting shark liver. This 25-year-old killer whale is known as a shark eater, and she attacks a great white shark in this video and doesn't miss. She seeks out her own specialty food, shark liver. After this incident, there's one less shark in the killing zone. This video shows a pod of killer whales hunting and killing a tiger shark for the first time. The footage was captured by an underwater photographer off the coast of Costa Rica and is a world premiere. It displays 3 killer whales cooperating to bring the terrified shark to the surface, wear it down, and then eat its fins when the opportunity presents itself. A gigantic bull rushes in to deliver the deadly blow, flipping the shark onto its back and causing tonic immobility in the process. The pod takes turns consuming and stripping the 7-foot shark down to its bones before returning to the water. Number 2. Raccoon versus dog. This dog tries to grab a raccoon in this bush, but the raccoon fights back. When the dog manages to drag the raccoon out of there, he mangles the raccoon badly, but the raccoon is still alive and fighting. I'm not sure why the idiot who owns the dog would put his dog up to this. Every time he says goodbye on the video, he confirms his idiocy. Raccoons are pests, and they will enter any backyard for food, but it's always a risk for the raccoon. And in this video, these 2 dogs attack the raccoon and mangle it badly. I just can't get over the owners of these dogs, filming as if it's entertainment, instead of telling the raccoon to scram and holding their dogs back. These 2 raccoons don't need a dog to attack them, because they are attacking themselves as they come out of this hole. I guess there isn't room for 2 raccoons in there. Number 1. Elephant versus rhino. This massive elephant runs right through this rhino, crushing and trampling it to the ground. If this rhino wants to play with the big boys, he'll have to rethink a strategy, because getting in the way of such a beast is not the way to go. During a night conflict, the animal charges a rhino and doesn't give the rhino anywhere to go. The rhino tries to avoid the elephant and is not interested at all in engaging. Rhinos are beasts that can take on any animal except elephants. They are no match for large elephant bulls. In this video, You can see an epic display of power between two of Africa's iconic giants. Thankfully, this incredible interaction didn't come down to blows, and it was a timely reminder to the inexperienced lions of who the real authority is in the bush. Elephants introduced in the Pilanesberg Reserve in 1979 were almost always culling orphans. The younger bulls were behaving terribly, intimidating females and attempting to force them to mate, since they lacked larger role models to show them the ropes. As a result of their actions, the juvenile elephants became violent and attacked rhinos and multiple tourist vehicles, killing 40 rhinos and injuring 1 human. The youngsters' dissatisfaction stemmed from the females' rejection. The females noticed the young bulls were not fully developed and refused to mate with them, triggering strong reactions from the youngsters into hormonal states, resulting in rhino deaths and other aggressive behaviors. Some of these battles were unbelievable, but it's the crazy donkey mangling the hyena that impressed me the most. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below. Well, that's our countdown of the 15 craziest animal battles caught on camera. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.